Well, welcome to Buchanan. It's a lovely beachside place, as you can see, about 50 or 60 miles from our home base. Now, we've got some exciting club news to tell you about. We've got lots of transfers to catch you up with, and we've popped back to Antigua and Barbuda to have a look and see how Aston Villa are getting on without me. And after all that, then it's our first game of the new season. Well, here's a quick little news item for you. Apparently the board are planning on building a new stadium. It looks like it's going to take ages because absolutely everything is to be confirmed. We don't know where it's going to be, we don't know how big it's going to be. But it looks like if we're here long enough, we might have to say a sad farewell to the pitch. Just another little snippet. I think I remember saying that I thought Invincible 11 were basically up and done. And as you know, we bottled the end of the season quite badly. They bottled it really hard. That is the result of their second leg of their playoff for promotion, which they managed to slip into because they were so bad at the end of the season. And as you can see, they lost that on aggregate as well. So they went from top with 3 games to go to bottling the playoffs, and they will be in our division again next season. Makes me kind of feel better about ourselves. Right, just a quick little update on the Aston Villa situation, because we thought we'd have a look, see how they did without us, considering, you know, double winning side. Didn't go so well. Finished 7th, 40 points off the top. I mean, we won that league by, 10 points last season. And this season they are 40 points off the top. Slightly annoyingly, Hoppers managed to beat our total by 1 point. But I mean, we scored so many more goals than they did. And, interestingly, if we look at their managers, obviously there's me winning the double. Mark Bailey, who replaced me, sacked after half a year. So they've got a new man in now. So, yeah. Life without Blaze. It's not fun times for Aston Villa. Well, welcome back to the second season at Holder FC. It's been a long time since you were with me. It's been hours plodding through this closed season. But I think we've done well. We've definitely improved this squad again. And it's just showing what we might have done last season if we'd have had a proper pre-season and been able to sign anyone. Talking of signing people, let's go and have a look and see who we brought in. Okay, starting with the last embers of last season. We brought in a couple of players before the transfer window properly opened because they were free agents. Now, first of those is Kelvin Lopez, who is a first choice goalkeeper. And basically, I mean, for this level, apart from his concentration, he is solid. I mean, positioning is a 7, everything else is an 8+ on the important bits. Throwing doesn't really matter too much. We throw and kick the ball short all the time, so doesn't really need to be able to throw it that far. I think that's what it is. Oh, accurately distribute. Well, he doesn't throw it out anyway, he kicks it. So, but yeah, he is a definite upgrade at goalkeeper. We've got Sam Kamara still as our backup now. He was the starter at the end of last season. And Tway, who you might remember we signed last season, then he got a long-term injury and I didn't register him, so he couldn't play when he did come back. He's been sold. He was going to kick up a fuss if he didn't get sold. He's not been alone in that threat, by the way. We'll come to more of them later. But because we really didn't need a third first-team goalkeeper, I let him go. So, now, Morris Harmon was the other one. Left midfielder. Again, for this level, solid, good physicals. And he is going to he's going to be ahead of Mark Varney, who was good last season for us and has been good in the pre-season. So Mark Varney, I think, is still a decent player for this level, but Maurice Harman has just got that little bit more than Varney. But it's nice to have Varney there as a very good backup. We have had someone sniffing around and saying, oh yes, I'd like to sign Mark Varney. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you would. You're not going to. Right, moving on to what's classified as this season's transfers. There you can see Tway went out. Shallon's out on loan again. Mas Varney has gone out on loan. And a couple of players there who were just nowhere near good enough left us. Now, Aloysius Simujla, nailed it. Left back, and again, as you can see, for this sort of level, I mean, he can't cross or dribble to save his life, but fortunately nobody seems to be threatening his life if he doesn't do that, so at the moment he's fine. Bags of pace and acceleration, again, he's got good physicals for this level, and most of the rest of it, apart from the crossing and dribbling, are pretty good too. Lacks a little bit of composure, but that's not too much of a problem. Oh, just noticed he's also actually consistent, but does dread big matches. That could be interesting come the end of the season. Oh, and he is injury prone. There's one we'll get to later who isn't injury prone apparently, but he actually is. Now, Prince Marshall, who we signed from Invincible 11. So let's hope he doesn't get used to bottling things, because we don't want him doing that here. Now, he's not particularly good in the air, despite being able to jump quite well, and he doesn't have what you would call pace at all. But, I mean, those mentals and the marking and tackling are very good for this level. So, again, very happy with that signing. Another signing from Invincible 11, James McCornell, who we are going to be playing as the deep line playmaker. And as you can see, he's, I mean, apart from a little bit of lacking on the positioning, again, he is solid for this level and, again, reasonable physicals. And I know it's the case that consistency affects everything apart from the physicals. So at this sort of level, if you can get good physical players, you are one step ahead of the game. Now, Sam Cooper, who is going to slot in that attacking midfield role that Conne played so well last season. And again, as you can see, generally solid, nothing too bad, couple of double figures things, and reasonable physicals. Not great, I mean, he's quite good in the air and he's got good balance, but the rest of it's not brilliant. But he has played pretty well, as you can see in pre-season, so quite pleased to have him there. Now, Mohamed Kamara, fans didn't like this one at all. I mean, he's not great, but he is a fifth body who can do a job at in central midfield in either role. He's not good at either role, he's not terrible at either role, he's just there, really. Now, Mohamed Kroma, who has turned 17 since we signed him, but was 16 when we signed him, and I mean, his finishing, anticipation, composure, off the ball, all at least a 7. He's no good in the air, but I've changed the tactics so we play low crosses, because none of our players really are good in the air. And I have fiddled about with our set pieces, basically because I spotted when I was looking at, well, who should we aim for, who should we have up there. Almost no one was any good aerially, so we're playing, well, I've asked them to play all our set pieces short. They don't seem to do it, but I've basically said, well, there's no point any of the centre backs going forward because they're rubbish in the air anyway, so basically our back four just stays back at every set piece, and then we try and knock it short and just build an attack from there. It has led to some laughable corners. The first one I saw, we played it short and then he played a pass so bad it actually didn't even reach the player who had just played in the corner, despite the fact he was about 3 yards away. And the second one, it was played short, he played it straight back to the corner taker who was immediately caught offside. So short corners don't seem to be working very well for us. But the other option is fling it into the box where no one will head it, so what are we going to do? Anyway, Mohamed Kroma, good forward, bags of potential, and very pleased to have signed him from Ports Authority, who I think are top flight. Yes, the Sierra Leone top flight. So I'm not. Oh yes, he is Sierra Leonean. So he is a little foreigner. Oh no, that's Mohamed Kamara. I don't know. Oh no, Bong Rangers. That's who we got Mohamed Chroma from. I don't know what I was looking at. And Bong Rangers, who you'll remember destroyed us 4-0 at the end of last season, ended up going up, I think, because they beat Invincible 11 in the playoffs. So yeah, very nice to sign a very talented youngster from them. Now, Abu Bar. You see, no sign at all there that this boy is injury prone. He's been out more than he's been available for the entire pre-season, which is a shame because, again, as you can see, he's got decent pace, rest of his physicals are okay, can cross for this level, dribbling and everything else is not too bad, technique and work rate are good. Just wish he was available occasionally. And as you can see, when he does play, I mean, we played 7 friendlies and he started 2 and came on as a sub in 1. That tells you where he's been. And then, now this was a suggestion by my director of football because I was getting late in the day and we had a bit of disappointment on a right back, which I'll go into in a moment. I thought, right, I'll ask my director of football, suggest someone. And he came up with Mohamed Kapenkel, which for A is just a fantastic name. And again, not the best dribbler in the world, as you can see, and doesn't really mark all that well. But again, not too bad on the physicals. Can't jump, but he's only 5'7". What do you expect? I mean, he's basically my height. And I'd have a jumping reach of 3 at best as well, I'm sure. Again, mental's pretty good. Lacks a little bit of composure, but generally all-round good. He will replace James Wooley, who it's very useful obviously to have as the backup right back because we know he's quite good. He played well last season. Now, if we go to my shortlist, I can show you the ones that we didn't quite get. Now, where is he? Where is he on here? There we are. Sekou Tarpe. I was really keen on getting this lad. I mean, he is 16 years old and he's already that good. I'll qualify that obviously by for the Liberian second division because I know those attributes mean he is a terrible footballer. But in the Liberian second division, those attributes mean you are a pretty darn good fullback. And age 16, bags of potential. It would have been great to get him out, but he chose Small Town. Why would you choose Small Town over us? They're mid-table. They're not going anywhere. It was annoying to miss out on him. We also missed out on William Andrews, who went to Nimba FC. Would have been a useful right midfielder. It was because we missed out on him, I think, that we actually signed Abu Bar. But Andrews would have had the potential, being only 17, and as you can see, it's pretty much Bar's equal, really, anyway. So we did miss out on a couple, which was irritating. But I am pretty pleased with the squad that we've managed to get together. And as you can see, we start the season with CC United, who got relegated, I think, last season. So they might be a tough opposition. And if we look at the season preview, turns out, well, according to that, they're not. But we are 91-1 on to get promoted this season. That's the squad I've put together. So, yeah, let's see if we can make a mess of it, shall we? Okay, right. Here we go. I'm going to stick at positive, thank you, because every time we go attacking, it goes horribly wrong. Right, so here's the pretty much first choice 11. I don't know, is anyone's missing from that? No, I don't think any of those 3 who are out there would actually be first choice. So I think this is basically our first choice. So it's Lopez in goal, Kapenkel, Marshall, Bility, Simujla at the back, Bar, McCornell, Chroma, Harmon across the middle, Cooper in the attacking midfield role, and Chroma up front. So we've got mainly match sharpener. I'll start that sentence again. My match sharpness is mainly there or thereabouts, thanks to our pre-season games. Right, pump the fists. Favourites here, and I want us to play like it. You see, unfortunately, because again a lot of these boys are new to the team, they don't really respond to me too much at the moment. Although they've responded quite well to those, so let's. And then they've decided that I've told everyone that, so it wasn't so special when I said it to them. Anyway, right, that was another team that plays in white. Get the feeling there's just a lot of gaps in kit knowledge in this league, so people tend to play in like blue and white. Oh, Harmon flashes it over the bar. Right, dish out a bit of encouragement to start off, and well, yeah, I mean, we're looking like the better side according to the stats. Harmon pulls it back. Chroma. Oh, that's a lovely goal. Sam Cooper. Excellent stuff. Popping up in that attacking midfield role and putting us one up. As this time last year we were stunning kite race when I gave us absolutely no chance. This year we are the favourites, and hopefully we can play like it. So far, so good. Oh, that's another goal for Sam Cooper. Well, if we keep going like this, it could be a fun season. Right. Okay, let's get this heading back their way. There we go. Good work, boys. Now, ability we've had one or two issues with. We got offers for a few players, and loads of them kicked off because, oh, I want to join a bigger side. And it turns out most of these sides who were bidding for them aren't any bigger than we are. Most of them are in this blooming division. Oh dear, it's a penalty. Oh, keeper probably should have done better with that, but Sam Cooper's got his hat-trick. So basically I just pretty much ignored their griping. Knowing that the transfer window was shutting in a week or two, I set everyone I wanted to keep as just automatically reject a transfer bid, which is what upset a couple of them. But now, all of a sudden, several of them have come round and said, "Oh, yeah, I'm happy to stay." Well, I'm sure you are now, because I mean, A, the transfer window's shut, and B, I'm not selling you anyway, so you may as well get on with life. Anyway, right, marvellous stuff. We are doing very well. I'm very pleased with how things are going. 3-0, we are top of the league. Right. Gonna get another one. Oh my word. That was nearly Cooper's fourth, wasn't it? Was it Cooper that hit that? I mean, we have dominated this lot. I haven't had a shot yet. Right, okay. Away, there we go. Lovely, good. Good work, Ability. That's not the best pass. I don't know why you didn't pick that up. Honestly, don't know why you would not pick that up. I mean, he's got away with it, but it's like we played it through. You can use your hands. Harmon is a little wounded, so... And of course this is the day we don't have a left midfielder on the bench. Who is our left midfielder? Oh yeah, it's Varney, who is suspended, so that's why we don't have a left midfielder on the bench. Now, Right, I'll tell you what we might do then. What we might do is... right, let's give that a pause because I need to get to the tactics screen for this. Now, we are going to take Harmon off and we're going to put Dukuli on, because I'm then going to put Dukuli in the deep line playmaker role that he plays, and McCornell and Cooper are going to swap round, and then Cooper is going to go pushed up on the left. So we're going asymmetric again, but it just gets people into positions that they're a little more familiar with, even if they don't know exactly what they're doing, and hopefully with half an hour left it's not going to screw us over completely and we're not going to fall apart, especially as Cooper gets his fourth whilst still in the attacking midfield position that he started the game, and that's the last time he'll be in that position. Right, we'll get it to about 20 minutes to go, like now basically. Right, I'm going to put Deborah on because I want him to get a bit more match sharpness. And I'll put the other Deborah on as well, actually, a double Deborah. Oh, pushed it wide, nearly had someone other than Cooper score for a second there. Right. He nearly got a fifth. He nearly got a fifth. Oh my word. I mean, he's already equalled our record single game goals tally that Adolphus Cooper, I believe, set last season. Oh, talking of records, I got several messages in the closed season telling me how we'd scored the lowest number of goals we've ever scored and got the lowest number of points and draws and all sorts of lowests. It's like, this league's been loaded for one season. Of course they were the lowest. They were also the highest of all those things. But you just tell me that they're the lowest, why don't you? Make it sound like we did badly. Alright, they're down to 10 men. All they've had a shot. How disappointing. I was hoping we would limit them to nothing. Cooper, Deba. Deba to Deba. McConnell. 5-0. Well, I think I can profess myself happy with this. I'm the only person not playing a 7, or the only people not playing a 7 at the moment. Oh, Kopenkel! He follows it up and makes it 6. Well, I wasn't expecting him to score one. Okay, yeah, so, I mean, well, there's only one person who's not playing a 7 at the moment, and he only came on with 20 minutes to go. And he still got to 6.9. Well, 6-0. That is as good a start as I could possibly have hoped for. It's about as comprehensive as it gets, and they were top flight last season. Admittedly not very good top flight because they're not top flight anymore, but I mean, that's laid down a marker, that has, isn't it, really? Wow. Okay, well, let's just give Sam Cooper the praise he very much deserves. Let's give him a handshake. Does it have a negative effect on his body language? Oh, was he germaphobe? Okay, right. Right then, well, with that start in mind, shall we come back for the cup game? See if we can embarrass ourselves by going out to non-league opposition again, because they were in our division last season and they got relegated. And I think they were the team we beat on the last day of last season. I can double check. It's right here. Yes, they were. So we really should have the beating of them, especially after that sort of performance. I'm expecting nothing less. So we'll come back for the cup game, and well, I mean, we may as well do the one after it as well. I mean, you don't turn down the chance to watch a game against a team called Ganta Almighty very often, do you? So, right, well, hopefully we'll come back with 4 wins out of 4 and ready for the cup. So, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.